Red Desert Cliff Springs Preserve. It's a small spot outside of St. George, Utah. There's a couple camping spots. There's only about 30-day parking spots. And people take their trailers to get away from it all and run a generator. So, but today, the reason why I'm here, I mean, outside that it's really beautiful, is there is a special canyon here, Cottonwood Canyon. I definitely want to show that to you. Today's hike will consist of trail, water, canyoneering, lots of fun stuff. That's a big old cottonwood tree. Spring has definitely arrived in southern Utah. Not even April yet. How's that feel, East Coast? Yeah, don't tell me. I already know. So not much further. It's about a 20-minute walk. That's right, 20-minute walk. This isn't like the 15-mile hike to Hot Valley or anything like that. You're going to see incredible views and basically a walk that anybody can do. You see parents, kids, strollers, all kinds of crap on the trail, but eventually they don't go any further, and I'll show why in a minute. It gets better from here. This is just one of the first little fall stops. Usually this place is packed, but fortunately no one here today. Walking to beautiful Cottonwood Canyon. It's absolutely beautiful through here, and a short 20-minute walk. This place is normally packed with people. These pools are deep. Not this one, or that one, but that pool, and this pool, right here. People jump these pools all the time. Super, super deep. So, the only way to get around is through this falls is these steps. Now there's a rope here, and what's interesting, what's great about this story is that when the original white settlers came to Utah in the 1850s, these steps were carved out by the Indians. They were a lot smaller because Indians had smaller feet, so us white men, we did what we do best, make everything bigger. But you should be happy, at least there's not a Walmart here. So let me get around this cliff, because I'm not doing it while holding the camera. And I'll show you the view from the other side. It doesn't take long to get around. It's just, that's a technical move. That's why the rope's there. But to the average traveler, with the babies and the strollers and the kids, and this is their end point. They continue on. But I've done a lot of this canyon. This is really the coolest part. I will show more along the way, but you don't get this view without people. So when you do, I wanted to share it. This is very, very cool. Now that you're past the touristy spot, the odds of seeing people dramatically decrease. But the canyon views do get better and better. If you do come here, you better bring some sticky shoes, because it is a little tough to get through here in some aspects, but man oh man, isn't this pretty? Just further up, you can see how it gets the name Desert Cliffs. Look at the crazy rock formations. This is what makes sandstone such a cool rock. You hear the water. It's well below. It's a really, really cool slot that you can take. It's hard to see because of the way the sun is, but man, probably go back through that way in the water. The other great thing about this area is it's a scrambling paradise. I mean, you got the water, but you just came up that route. It's possible. It's hard to see with the lack of light, but I'm going to head down through that way and then cross through the canyon down here and then down to the bottom. But there's lots of places to get lost. Lost meaning you backtrack and you're fine. Not like lost. If you get lost here, lost, you've either gone really far and you're hardcore, or there's something wrong with you. Heading back to the water after a pretty big scramble. Head up that route, through that ravine right there. Class 3 easily could be Class 4, but this ridge over here, if you stick to here and then come down through these steps and come through, you'll be alright. But look, there's lots of routes. There's no one particular route, there's no one particular way. You just got to know what your abilities are and you have to be careful. What is this? It's a dinosaur track in Utah. Irony abounds. That's about all far I can go. So I'm going to transfer into the water shoes and see where it takes us. So, I just want to let you know that it's late March. And this is snow runoff water. And it is freaking cold. I'd like to tell you it feels good because I sweated the way up here. Sweated pretty good. But, oh, my feet are cold. It feels, I want to say it feels great, but I'd be lying to you. But it is quite fun. So let's see where it can take us. Rock isn't too slick, so that's good. I'm up to just under my knees. Definitely a pretty cool perspective to be able to hike through the creek. You know, they say when water's really cold and you kind of get used to it. Yeah, I'm not there yet. Okay, I wouldn't lie. My feet are slightly starting to adjust. But maybe that's why they're pink. Maybe because the blood stopped flowing and because I haven't stopped moving, I don't feel it yet. But anyway, it's pretty cool to be able to hike through the desert cliffs here. I've done so far today scrambling, trail, hiking around water, hiking through water. Trying not to hurt myself in a permanent manner. I also saw my first monarch butterfly of the season. I can tell you it's one of the warmer days this spring because my camel pack, every time I try to take a little drink, the water's warm in a few minutes because one of the tricks with a camel pack is to have ice in the pack so it expands and keeps it cool and you're actually able to carry more water that way. Kind of the way my feet are right now, hiking through ice. But still a lot of fun. Well, I still got my water moccasins on. And it's getting to a real narrow part of the canyon, which is really cool. I don't know how far I can go, but we're gonna find out. Looky here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through that, because that's a very deep pool and you'd have to stay up, but we'll see. We'll see what I can do. So the water comes down this ravine, but there's nowhere I can go because that's a waterfall. That's a deep waterfall too, so I'm going to have to figure out what to do here. Probably find another route and head back. So I found a way around. I had to hike all the way to the top. I'm gonna hike back down through there. Down there is where the canyon was. And down here is where Cottonwood Canyon is. And as you can see, there's already people there because it's such a popular place. But I passed a few people on the trail, about 4 kids, a bitching woman, and 2 guys. No water, no gear, and asking me if they're going the right way. Of course, I told them yes. Alright, I turned around and headed through Cottonwood Canyon. I'd have shown you pictures, but there's like 30 people there. This is the problem with the Red Cliff Springs Preserve. It's such a cool place and takes 20 minutes to get there, so everyone goes. My advice, weekday, early. That's the only way to do it. But you can see why people come here. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's a great place to be. But do it early. Red Cliffs also has some really great history information. Pueblo Indians lived here and used the land. They lived here from 2000 BC to 1250 AD, sometime around then. They have these, they look like rooms. And what it tells you is that, you know, they've discovered a few of these things, but we're here, and they've got just this information and a couple of those fire pits, but there's been a whole community. What I want to know is, if the Pueblo Indians called it the daily grind, don't they have copyright infringement protection against one of the coffee companies? Food for thought. I should say coffee for thought. Clearing off to be a great day. Hope you enjoyed this little hike. Seriously, anybody can do it. It's just that little walk path created by the Indians. That's something everyone may not be able to do. And once you get past that, that's when it gets really cool. So if you don't like people, I've already told you what to do. But also, the other trick is the further you go, the less there is. Hope you enjoyed it. See you on the next hike.